Welcome back to Real Role Models. Yes, welcome back. I know it's been a while. It's definitely my fault. But for those who haven't been with us before, welcome. Real Role Models is a space where I chat with really inspiring and motivating people all around the world. And today, please welcome the beautiful Francesca Smythe of the Francesca Smythe Designs.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining. So I know that you're doing incredible work. If you could just explain for those who don't know your story, how you got into what you're doing.
Yeah, of course. So I set up Francesca Smythe Design last year, two years ago now, 2019, straight out of uni. And then I thought, why not start selling some of the products that I'd worked with in my graduate collection. I did textile design at university. I was at Edinburgh, and I had just like so much surplus fabric, and I really liked kind of the conversation I'd started about textiles, about design, and keeping craftsmanship alive was so important. And I thought it would be great to kind of continue this brand. It's been amazing. It's definitely picked up since last year when we went into lockdown.
We do have some products around just showing those who don't know, like your designs. And
Yeah, I mean, I do have some here. So as you can see, I've got like one of my wall hangings up. I don't really sell wall hangings, but it's definitely something that I've had a lot of interest in, and definitely something I'm hoping to sell in the future on the shop. But at the moment, I've got a few of my products here. So I've got some of the pencil cases that I sell, and I work with a zero waste pattern cutting company in Edinburgh. I knew that they're the first person I'd go to because they had a really similar like ethos to what I wanted to incorporate in my own work. So this is kind of like a flat pouch, and then this is a smaller pencil case, and then I've got cushions behind me. So it's a combination of interiors and accessory pieces really, and it's great that more people our age, and well, all ages, are understanding the need to think about where their products are coming from, and the name behind the label, that's so imperative. So yeah,
that's so good. So would you say that your brand differentiates from other brands or competitors because it's sustainable? If so, what else? Like if you could, I don't know, maybe explain your brand in like 3 words, what would you want it to be known for?
Well, my kind of logo is globally inspired, locally made. So essentially, I went to India a few years ago now. I mean, I was just amazed at the quality of the craftsmanship, as I said, and the intricate detailing of textiles that they produce there. It's like in generations and generations, and they have a skill that not many people can replicate. So I definitely didn't want to come home and replicate it, but I wanted to pay tribute to what I'd learned and kind of think, they've learned from each other. How can I learn? And so a lot of my work is learning from other people, whether that be through reading and understanding, YouTube tutorials, talking to people, showcasing. So I really think that's like a massive importance with my brand, is like, working with others, valuing the importance of makers and craftspeople. I mean, on all my products, I have tags that just explain it a little bit. I don't think it's going to pick it up very well on the camera, but it just tells you a little bit about like who's made this and where it's come from. All my fabrics that I work with are hand woven or organic standards in the textiles industry. So I wanted to kind of know who was making the fabrics I was selling. I mean, it's my name quite often on the logo, but if you go onto my website, there's a lot of people who get recognised for what we do, because it's never one person. It's always like a collaborative effort to bring a product together.
And you said that your brand picked up, especially during lockdown. Do you have any tips if somebody has extra time on how to be productive during this time?
I definitely think I get bored very easily. So when the pandemic obviously hit, I did have some more time. I'd been working full time and my job hours got significantly reduced. So I thought a way that I could kind of establish my brand a bit more. And so then I thought I'll put a shop on my website and, kind of see how it goes, like see if people be interested. And it was great. Like the response has been amazing. I also have started to sell like house commissions, so like drawings and stuff on there as well, which have shown a lot of interest and popularity. And I still make sure, you know, there's a value to them. Like the paper I choose to use is always going to be like a recycled cotton. It's just like understanding the brand values and me building on that. But I'm still learning. I am still so at the beginning of this journey. So as I say, every day is a new day to like learn new things. And I mean, Instagram is amazing for connecting with similar makers. And as you say, like I had the extra time,
and it actually is really inspiring to hear that, you know, you still have so much to learn and grow, although you've achieved so much already. And
thank you. I know I'm waiting for the day that we can travel again so I can go and get some much needed inspiration, because I read so many books about all these amazing makers globally. I said I went to India, but it's not just India, you know, there's so many amazing people out there. I want to go and meet them and work with them and learn. Also, I'm open to suggestions. When people say something, you think, I'm so glad I've seen it from someone else's angle, because I would never have thought of that.
Another question, actually, this might seem peculiar, but a lot of learning comes from failure. So has there been any failures now looking back where you learned the most from?
Yeah, definitely. If you didn't make mistakes, you wouldn't have anything to learn from. So textiles and design, it's trial and error. And I mean, when I did my degree, there was very few of us on my course, but I'm sure we would all reminisce over some massive like meltdowns and disasters in the print room. And I don't think until you do something and you know someone else's craft, you know how long some things take. Making a colour, it might just look like one colour. This can take hours to perfect, and I'm a massive perfectionist. But then there's such a beauty to the imperfections of textiles as well. The imperfections that you get from block printing is really what makes the textiles unique, because then with my work, then no product is the same. So then you really are in like buying into one-off pieces. Going back to the question, there's been many a mistake and many meltdowns, but when you see a sale on your website, or you see someone interacting and saying, like, even, you know, we connect on Instagram, and even the comment can really make your day. Something that you might put up and you might think, oh, I'm just putting it up, and then someone's like, this is amazing, and you're like, oh, okay, thank you, that's so kind.
And if anybody wanted to learn to like go down the creative route, and maybe, like you said, you know, do it more like for therapeutic reasons or mental health, you know, is there anything that you recommend, any sites, any resources, or anything for them to just start off with?
Well, I actually got introduced to a website called Skillshare at the beginning of the pandemic, and I'd seen it before and I hadn't really used it, but a lot of what I would say is that I found it really hard sometimes to use YouTube as a source when people are showing you really intricate detailing, and you kind of gets lost in translation. Skillshare essentially has videos still, but it's put up by makers and craftspeople and artists. And also, there is no harm in reaching out to people. A simple message can really help someone's day. And I message people all the time on, especially Instagram. I mean, I have LinkedIn, but as a creative, I think Instagram, Pinterest is great for pinning ideas, and the Dots is also an amazing creative space and platform to share ideas.
Honestly, I can't say this enough, but it's so nice to see a brand that has such values and that produces such beautiful work as well. And if people wanted to buy or support you, where can they head to?
So I have my Instagram, which is Francesca Smythe Design. And then in there's a link to my website, francescasmythe.com. And that just kind of, it's a shop, and it's also got my portfolio on it, as well as some kind of articles that I've been in. I should really start with TikTok, but I feel so old, and I'm not even old, and I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to build it up, and then maybe in 5 years' time there'll be somewhere else I can tell people to direct them to.
Honestly, I started with TikTok, I think, earlier this week, and I feel really like an old aunt, just kind of scrolling and posting things. I don't know.
I'm trying to get reels on my Instagram, and even doing that, I'm like, right, okay, spend like a solid hour just trying to figure it all out, and it makes me feel old, and I'm not old, but I don't know.
Thank you so much for sharing. I don't know if you've answered this, or if you want to reiterate something, or if you'd like to add something, but if you could give one piece of advice to anybody in the world, what would it be?
That confidence is key. Half the time, people don't know what they're talking about, and you know more. And you just have to remember that when you're talking about what you know and love, and don't let other people's, thoughts bring down what you think you know, because you spend a lot of time crafting whatever you do. And so many people have their own niche. So make sure that you don't lose sight of what yours is, and that ultimately, like, you are your own USP. You couldn't do it without the backing of yourself. So always have confidence in yourself, and don't be afraid of failure, because, as I said, you only grow from what you do wrong, because I can tell you that does happen.
Francesca Smythe, everybody.
Thank you so much, and thank you. This is amazing. Such a great idea, and there's so many wonderful guests, so I feel incredibly honoured to be interviewed by you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed the video as much as I did making it. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you know somebody who's inspirational, motivational in your life, or if you are that somebody and would like to share your story, please do reach out to me. Otherwise, keep on spreading the love and spread a smile a day.